In this video, our technicians will show you how to reassemble a rebuilt Komatsu PC350LC-8 swing drive. The first step is to press the seals into the retainer plate. The technician places the retainer plate onto the pinion shaft. The bearing is adjusted onto the pinion shaft. The technician brings the swing drive to the hydraulic press to compress the bearing onto the shaft. The technician uses a lift to transport the swing drive. The hydraulic press puts pressure on the parts to press the bearing onto the shaft. The technician places thrust washers into the gears and the gears into the planetary carrier. The planetary pins are pushed into the gears. The technician builds a second planetary carrier, starting with the thrust washers. The bearings are then placed onto the thrust washers. Then the gears are adjusted onto the bearings. On top of the bearings, more thrust washers are placed. The retaining rings are positioned around the gears. The sun gear is fitted, completing the planetary carrier. The housing is lowered onto the pinion shaft. The retainer plate is bolted on. The housing is heated up in the oven to expand. The planetary carrier is lowered into the housing. The technician bolts the planetary carrier into the housing. The second planetary carrier is placed onto the swing drive. The seal is pushed into the swing drive. The final housing is placed, completing the swing drive. We prime the swing drive. Then we spray a base coat to make it look brand new. Now the part is ready to be shipped off to our customers. Thank you for watching our H&R how-to video, and I hope to see you in the next video.